Good Wednesday morning to you. Good chilly Wednesday morning to you. I'm Heather Brown, and this is CBS News Minnesota's Morning Update. I hope you have that steaming hot coffee or tea or hot chocolate or something to get you going, because we are seeing some of the coldest temperatures so far of this season. Our Joel Cam was out this morning from 4:30 to 7, just showing you those frost-covered leaves, the grass, people scraping their windshields. It is going to warm up a bit, though. Look at that, 54 by noon. It's going to be sunny, chilly some, though. A little light wind at 4. Tonight should not be as cold as tonight, so you can take the sheets off of those plants if you had them over there last night. And then it's going to start warming up again. But, you know, September, frost, yep, it's here. Let's talk about this, though. Yes, it was cold this morning, the coldest it's been. But overall, September has been very warm. The numbers don't lie. There is no doubt about it. The DNR saying, though, that this means that we are seeing a delay in our fall colors. Look at these pictures here. This is from Chuck Olson, Chuckumentary, if you follow him on Twitter there. The good news, though, if you are planning those fall color trips, you still have plenty of time to see them. So Chuckumentary Chuck is a nature photographer. He lives up in Tofty, and he shared with us. He was on our new show, The Four, yesterday. He shared some of his favorite fall snapshots that he's taken of the North Shore. Aren't they stunning? It's just, I love listening to him talk all about this and what he's doing. But it got us thinking, what are your favorite places to see fall colors in Minnesota? Watching those pictures makes me want to head up north, head up to Grand Marais, head up to Tofty there. That was one of his favorite spots. But I will tell you, I just love when you're coming in on Highway 8, right as you get into Taylor's Falls, and just those trees there right along the St. Croix. It's so beautiful. And then, of course, the Twin Cities Marathon. Usually the colors have changed as those runners are going along the Mississippi River, but not this year. A lot of those trees still green. But love to know your spots. Share for others who are watching here, so maybe they can take a little trip down there. If you're watching on Facebook, leave a comment. We'll read through some of those in just a moment. Love to hear the spots that you go leaf peeping. Let's get to your news right now, though. 3 homes badly burned after a fire broke out last night in Woodbury. So this was in a new development area. This was overnight. 2 of the homes that were damaged, they were still under construction. The fire crews responded. 3 homes here total impacted, 1 of them destroyed. About 30 firefighters responded from Woodbury. They came from Cottage Grove, St. Paul Park, Newport, Oakdale. This is a big fire. There was a family that was living inside. Look, they're carrying their babies there. Oh, gosh. They were able to get out safely, though. Thank goodness. They are staying with other family. Here's how the fire captain described this scene overnight.
When I first arrived, the structure immediately behind me, which is in the middle of the 3 structures that burned, it was fully involved, smoke and flames. The 2 structures on either side, the walls most close to it, had a little bit of flame on both sides, but were relatively manageable. And as our crews got on scene, they attacked the big fire first, but were able to knock down the exposures relatively quickly.
Yes, and as of just about half an hour ago, that fire department, they were still out there putting out those hot spots. Of course, they say they will be investigating. That should begin soon. Fire captain says that the family will be able to go back into their home to see what they were able to save that perhaps wasn't damaged by smoke and, of course, by the water. Of course, the other top story we are following this morning, Hurricane Ian gaining strength as it approaches Florida's west coast. Forecasters say that Ian is now an extremely dangerous Category 4 storm, approaching Category 5 here. So the top winds right now, 155 miles per hour. A Category 5, that would be 157 miles per hour. This is video from Key West. Look at this. In just this morning, the potential destruction we're showing here. You know, the winds were snapping palm trees in half. They were pushing high waters into homes there. You're seeing all through there. This is just ugly. Look at that purple and that dark maroon there. Here's a live look at this storm track as it is coming through, about to hit landfall in Florida over the next few hours. They say by the middle of the early to middle afternoon. Now, exactly where it will hit, that's still not clear right now, because the storm, the track that the National Hurricane Service has been putting out, it has shifted now to about 100 miles south. So originally they thought was going to hit straight into Tampa. Now it looks more like it's heading into the Fort Myers area down there. We know a lot of Minnesotans live in that Fort Myers area, at least live there in the winter time there, or have homes there in that area. So we will, of course, be continuing to follow this for you here. 2.5 million people been told to get out before the storm arrives. Those highways were busy. Millions, though, decided to stay. Decided to hunker down, ride out this storm, despite the pleas from the emergency officials and the governor. And the officials say that really the main threats here are the flooding and the life-threatening storm surge. You got the Disney theme park is closed, Universal Resort. They have all closed ahead of this storm. As we mentioned, lots of Minnesotans have homes in that Fort Myers area. And people who have not evacuated, they say, we've been through this before. We're going to hunker down.
I mean, a blizzard is bad and cold is bad, and I don't like that either, but this is kind of scary. It's really uncertain.
Maybe more than kind of. That's Elk River native Becky Lavacek. Her timing here, she just bought a vacation home in Cape Coral just a few months ago, and she has just spent the past few days filling the bathtub with water. She's freezing up water bottles in her freezer. She's stocking up on food there. So right now, people just thinking ahead, making sure that their needs are met just for what happens after this storm. Now, Minnesotans, while many people are leaving, some Minnesotans are going down to Florida. Patty Lindholm, one of more than 50 American Red Cross disaster volunteers deployed or on standby from the Minnesota-Dakota region of the American Red Cross. She's a retired physician. She gets to Orlando on Friday, so this is after the storm has come through, and she says she'll help serve hundreds of meals to people in the neighborhoods that are hardest hit by Hurricane Ian.
This is what I'm doing in my retirement, and it's giving me a good purpose to carry on for.
Mm-hmm. So this is not Patty's first disaster trip with the Red Cross, but she says that it is the first time responding after a hurricane. Her group of volunteers, they'll stay 2 weeks, and then they're relieved by another group there. Storm also meaning that the final January 6th congressional hearing is postponed. That was scheduled for later today. This will be the final hearing. Committee members saying that there will be testimony that we have not heard before. No word yet, though, on when this hearing will now take place. Now that it's been rescheduled, a final report is not expected to be released until after the midterm elections. So we do have an update this morning to an issue that we brought to light last week over at the University of Minnesota. We have learned that some students will get a credit after they had questioned the offerings in their dining halls. So parents of students had reached out to WCCO saying they were disappointed by the lack of food that was being offered. These pictures here, they said sometimes it was just pizza and Lunchables that was available there. So the U says we have staffing shortages. We had to reduce our hours and the menu options there. You also saying, though, that it will credit all the students living in residence halls with an amount that's equivalent to 50% of their monthly dining charge for the month of September. The university said that it may add more credits in the future. So we'll see what happens there. And now to some happy news from Golden Valley. This is a group of volunteers. You can see they're painting, bringing a fresh coat of paint to a home. This house belongs to a woman who works at a local food shelf. Because she has helped so many people at her job, the group decided that they would help her.
She is so excited that this is getting done. She's on a fixed income, and it's always nice for them to be able to come home to a pretty house once again that you can be proud of.
So Minneapolis-based nonprofit ECMC Group, they are partnering with Hearts and Hammers to make this project possible. Well, you have probably seen a lot of runners training for this. You're sure going to see a lot more in town for this Sunday's Twin Cities Marathon. It is the 40th year for the race.
We have over 20,000 participants on Marathon Sunday between the marathon and 10 mile, and we have nearly 6,000 runners on Saturday at our Saturday events between the 10K, 5K, and the kids events, family events. So for us, this feels like homecoming in a whole new way.
Yeah, all kinds of cool events to celebrate the marathon all week long. Be sure to get out and encourage these runners. Cheer them on. And also, there'll be some awards for the best cheer zones, best costumes out there, best sounds, giving out the best food. Find a map on the route, WCCO.com. It's always fun to be out there and cheer everybody on. So powerful play from the Vikings to help kids have a ball. Vikings and Shriners have teamed up to give kids who have different abilities a day in the life of an NFL player. So they got to hit the field at their practice facility, run all kinds of drills. The Vikings first-round draft pick this year says this clinic was a big win.
It feels like yesterday I was the same position as them, being a kid looking up to older players and stuff. And now being in the position that I'm at, being able to give back feels nice.
So after the clinic, the players served up some grub from a food truck. And also, of course, they served up plenty of smiles there. So we wanted to take a moment now to share some exciting changes that we have coming for this morning update, the one that we've been giving to you now for several years. Starting on October 5th, we are going to be moving to our streaming service, CBS News Minnesota. So it's not going away. It's just changing a bit. We're also going to have a new start time. So you're going to get more of us. The new show going to start at 7 a.m. So that'll go right after our morning newscast. So right into this new update here. So this does mean that we're going to stop our Facebook Live recordings. But trust me, it's going to be easy to still find us. You just find us at WCCO.com. I mean, it's almost easier in a way. Every morning, 7 a.m., watch live, and you'll still be able to interact with us. We still want to hear from you. We're still going to have these questions for you. We still want your feedback. One of the best parts of this morning update for all these years is being able to talk to you. I mean, I cannot wait to hear where your best place to see fall colors are. So get excited. We're excited for all of this. We can't wait to have you join us for this brand new chapter of the morning update. And I promise, if you're worried about the Facebook, so easy to find us at WCCO.com. So now, the moment of the day, today's talker. Let's see what you are saying. Where are your most beautiful fall colors? And we got Andrea, right here along the Mississippi. Yes, Mississippi River Valley in southeastern Minnesota. No doubt, Andrea. Oh, just so beautiful on those bluffs there. And that says, I go locally. And I find lots of colors in Faribault and in Northfield. I mean, seriously, I could just go into my own neighborhood and find just the most beautiful orange and red trees. Melody, anywhere in the Boundary Water areas while portaging. Oh, yep. And so pretty. Ely, my favorite. Oh, I got to get up there during the fall. Diana, the River Road near Winona with the Mississippi and the bluffs. Yep, that sure is beautiful. Oh, thanks everybody. Thanks for sharing. Always so fun. And just, this year we have a little extra time to enjoy those fall colors. So we appreciate you taking the time. Thanks for being with us today. We will see you back here tomorrow.